Welcome to Scots United, where I, Scott, and my team of Scots bring you the latest in movies, television, and pop culture. So, we're going to be leaning pretty much into movies this time around. Pop culture wise, we are in the thick of it. We are in award season. Now, Oscar nominations haven't been announced yet. That's on the horizon. But speaking of the awards, let's go to Scott and hear about a little award moment that recently happened.
Hey Scott, so obviously we are a huge fan of Terry Gross and Fresh Air, her radio show and podcast on NPR. It's Oscar season, and the Golden Globe nominations are out, the SAG nominations are out, and if you want a dose of real-time reaction, Terry Gross last week interviewed Richard E. Grant, who co-stars with Melissa McCarthy in Can You Ever Forgive Me? And he gets word through Terry Gross's producer, through her, that he's been nominated for a SAG award while they're on the air together, while they're talking. So it's just one of those little delightful, wonderful moments, and he has a really interesting life story and is super erudite and charming, as one would expect. So check it out.
Very cool. You hear celebrities tell the story after the fact about when they got the call. You don't often get to witness the moment, at least auditorily, through the radio. But still, it's very cool to hear it happen live. So check it out. Next, we're going to go to Scott, who recently took in a leading contender in the awards chase, and that is Roma. Hey, Scott. So I just finished watching Roma, the new film by Alfonso Cuarón, and it's really something special. It's on Netflix, so you can watch it, on your TV or your computer, as I watched with my dad on his big TV, and it is playing in some theaters, which I didn't have that experience, but I can imagine it would be worth it because really it is not surprisingly beautifully shot. It's in black and white. And I don't think I've ever seen a film that's made Mexico look as beautiful. And Cuarón did all of his own cinematography as well. He wrote the script, and this is really an autobiographical, in a way, story. It's a very simple story. Family in the 70s, then the family's breaking up, the parents are breaking up, and the story is centered on their housekeeper, nanny, servant type, Cleo, who they love, and this is sort of her simple life, and it's very raw and simple and beautiful, and there isn't a lot of dialogue. It isn't speechy. It is symbolic in ways. It echoes previous films of Cuarón's, like he did Gravity and Y Tu Mamá También, and Children of Men, which is one of my favorite movies. And he did that version of A Little Princess in the 90s that still makes me cry. Something that he does well and does again in this is that he really captures some tension at times and really some startling moments that are unlike anything you've seen and just take your breath away. And so it is really, truly a remarkable film and very moving. And not surprisingly, as good as they say, and definitely going to be a movie you're going to hear about more as the award season carries on. And speaking of another A-plus movie out that is worth your time, let's go to Scott and hear about something a little more dark and a little more twisted.
Hey Scott, so I just came out of The Favorite, starring Olivia Colman, Emma Stone, and Rachel Weisz, and it's pretty great. It's twisted, it's dark. I mean, how can you not love a period film where they drop the C-bomb 5, 6, 7 times? I mean, you can't not love that. Yorgos Lanthimos is the director. You might know him from more recently The Killing of a Sacred Deer with Nicole Kidman. Before that, The Lobster with Colin Farrell. Definitely dark. He didn't write this one, but it's like he likes dark and twisted and complex, like people moving across long stretches with the fisheye lens distorting things. He has a flair for looking at people's perceptions, how people manipulate each other, the ugliness of humanity, and kind of just digging into that and really. And this is once again a great example.
Now, Scott, there are several women in this that are already been nominated for things, and three that will be in the running for for the upcoming awards. Most likely, tell us more.
Olivia Colman is hilarious and sad and manipulative as the queen. Rachel Weisz is amazing as her friend, Lady Sarah. And Emma Stone is having a stellar couple of years here. I mean, as you know, we loved Maniac. She's great in this. Although promoting this, it meant she can't do the Little Women remake they're doing, which maybe is all for the best. Hard to say at the moment. But this, worth a look, worth your time. If you have the time, if it's opening or playing near you, see The Favorite.
Okay, great. So check out The Favorite as well. And I'm hearing Scott. There's something else.
Watching the movie, somewhere in the middle, some old person, I'm guessing, and I guess I shouldn't make that assumption, but I was surrounded by old people. Phone rings, and it's like, not only do they not remember to turn off the phone or put it on silent, they don't know how to stop it when it starts ringing, so it just rings 7 or 8 times. Oh my God, I can't ever come back to this theater ever again. I just can't.
Now, if you recall, a few episodes back, Margo initiated a discussion about wanting to play Jesus in the manger scene. So she'd like us to finish this week with her. She has upgraded her request. Margo, take it away. Well, that's all we have for this week. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you come back next week where we will have our special Christmas episode.